Hello friends, myself Samir Mohanty welcoming all of you to MKD Education. So today we will see the continued part of the chapter 2, that is equilibrium. We have already discussed in the previous class. So in this video we will see the total detailed explanation of Lami's theorem. Then we will see what are the probable questions, and so many numerical questions are normally asked from this Lami's theorem. So we will discuss that one in detail in this video. So let us start. Okay. Lami's theorem. So Lami's theorem means that we know if three coplanar forces are acting at a point B in equilibrium, then each force is proportional to the sine of angle between the other two forces. That is the statement, and in the previous video we have already discussed about this statement. So now we have to derive that one. उसका हम derivation करेंगे. So now come to the derivation part. So now suppose the body is acted upon by three forces. Let the body is acted upon by the three forces P, Q and R. These are the three forces acting on the body. That is represented as gamma. Let this angle is, that is beta. So if three forces are acting on a particle and both are represented in magnitude and direction, मतलब P, Q, R, the magnitudes, and this arrow mark represent us the directions, and the angle between the two forces are alpha, beta and gamma like this. So now the condition is this Lami's theorem is only applicable when three forces are acting on the body and that must be in equilibrium. And what happens? Only three forces, that is the limited case. Means if the body is acted upon by four forces or five forces and the body is in equilibrium, then we cannot apply this Lami's theorem. So the limitation is only three forces must act on the body, and the second one is that must be in equilibrium. Equilibrium में होना जरूरी है. So that means the body must be acted upon by three forces and that must be in equilibrium. So that means we have to prove that one. So what is the statement? We have already discussed. The statement, mathematical statement of this Lami's theorem means each force is directly proportional to the sine of angle between the other two forces. Means if I will take the first force is P, then the rest force means Q and R. उसके बीच में angle क्या है? That is alpha. Means that is nothing but P divided by sine alpha. Next force is suppose Q. So if I will take Q force, then the rest force is P and R. तो उसके बीच में जो एंगल है that is beta. So we have to write down Q divided by sin beta is equal to R divided by the rest force is P and Q. उसके बीच में एंगल गामा है. So that means R divided by gamma. So that is our Lami's theorem. So we already know about the statement. So now we have to derive this one. उसको हम derive करेंगे. So that is a very important question. So see carefully. So this question normally asked in exams. 5 marks का question आएगा. State and explain Lami's theorem. So now we'll see that one. So now, as the condition is that is acted upon by three forces and that is in equilibrium. So from the concept of equilibrium, we know that the net force or the resultant must be equal to 0. अगर एक बॉडी में तीन ठो फोर्स अप्लाई होगा and the body is in equilibrium, the net force का जो मैग्नीट्यूड आएगा उसका वैल्यू 0 होना चाहिए. Then we can apply this Lami's theorem. That is the main concept. So that means here that is P plus Q plus R means we can find out the resultant P plus Q plus R is equal to what? 0. मतलब तीनों का summation, algebraic summation, the net force must be equal to 0 means the body here that is in equilibrium. Then we can apply this formula. Otherwise we cannot apply. Then we will see from the principle of equilibrium in the previous video, that is three force principle of equilibrium. So this is our three force, means the body is acted upon by three forces P, Q and R. So that means according to that three force principle, the principle states that the resultant of any two forces must be equal, opposite and collinear with the third force. Means if I will take suppose first force is P and second force is Q, then दो force का resultant that will come here, वहाँ पे आएगा. Let that resultant magnitude is R1. Means this is the resultant of this force P and Q, or you may say that one as this is the net force of these two forces P and Q. P Q बोलने का मतलब जो है वो दोनों के जगह हम R1 ही बोल सकते हैं, दैट इज आवर रिजल्टेंट फोर्स। एंड दैट रिजल्टेंट फोर्स मतलब द रिजल्टेंट ऑफ एनी टू फोर्सेस मस्ट बी इक्वल इन मैग्नीट्यूड, मतलब इधर थर्ड फोर्स का जो मैग्नीट्यूड है R, दैट मस्ट बी इक्वल टू दिस वन, मींस R1 इज इक्वल टू R, वो दोनों के साथ इक्वल होगा। और कंडीशन क्या था, मैग्नीट्यूड सेम होगा। Then second one is its direction must be opposite, means as this is acting in downward direction, that must act in upward direction, वो upward direction में आएगा। Then third condition क्या था, that must be collinear, collinear means वो एक single line होना चाहिए, एक ही लाइन में जाना चाहिए। So that's why this is the condition, means the resultant must be equal, opposite and collinear with the third force. So now from this concept we have to derive. Suppose this point is our O point, then this resultant is found out by applying our parallelogram law of forces. Friends, you have already learnt about parallelogram law. Means, suppose if I will draw a parallelogram like this, let this is your O point, one force is taken along this side, its magnitude is Q, another force is taken along this side, its magnitude is R, and if I will draw a line like this, then this diagonal, this is known as your diagonal of parallelogram, that is O, suppose this point is A, this one is B and this one is C. So O, A, B, C, that is a parallelogram, and the magnitude, this parallelogram, the resultant is represented by the diagonal of the parallelogram, means दो साइड में, एडजेसेंट साइड में अगर दो फोर्स होगा, दो फोर्स का नेट फोर्स कहाँ पे आएगा ना, रिजल्टेंट में आएगा, सॉरी डायगोनल में आएगा। So that means this is our resultant R. So now from this we can derive the principle, this law. So that means if I will apply the sine law for the triangle OAB, for this triangle, then we can easily derive this Lami's theorem. So what is sine law? So in high schools you have already learnt about that sine law. So sine law means what? Suppose this is your triangle, then according to sine law, so now we'll see what is sine law of triangle. So sine law of triangle means, let this is our triangle ABC. So now suppose these angles are alpha, this angle is beta and this angle is gamma suppose. So according to sine law of triangle, the law states that each side is directly proportional to the sine of its opposite angle. मतलब if I will take this side, means AB divided by उसका opposite वाला angle means that is gamma. So that means we can write down sine gamma. That is equal to, if I will take this side, then BC divided by उसका opposite वाला जो angle है that is alpha, means we can write down sin alpha. Similarly, that is CA divided by this angle that is sin beta. So this is our sine law that we have already learnt in high school. So this principle we have to apply here, then we can derive this one. So this is our sin gamma. Clear? P by sin alpha, Q by sin beta, that is R by sin gamma. So by using this sine law on this figure, we can derive this one. So now we will see the derivation. So from this figure, if I will take the triangle OAB, so OAB means that is a triangle. So in this OAB triangle, if I will apply the triangle law, so according to the concept, one side divided by the sine of its opposite angle. Means if I will take the side O to A, means that is O to A divided by sine of opposite angle. So if this is our side OA, उसका opposite वाला angle means that is this one. So that means this name of this angle is ABO or OBA. So that means we can write down OA divided by sine ABO angle. That is equal to OA के बाद आएगा कौन सा side ना, that is AB side. So that is AB divided by which angle? So AB के opposite वाला angle means that this angle, that is nothing but AOB angle. So we can write down sine AOB angle, that is equal to AB के बाद आएगा third side of the triangle, that is nothing but our O to B. So that means O to B divided by उसका opposite वाला angle क्या होगा ना, this one, that is nothing but OAB angle. So we can write down sine of OAB angle. So we apply the triangle law to this, apply the sine law to this triangle OAB. So now we can derive this one. So now if I will put the values, वहाँ पे अगर सब value put करेंगे, then we will get the derivations. So that means O2A means what? Now this one. Now along this side we are taking the forces, that is our Q, that is the magnitude of that force. So that means in place of Q, OA, we can write down Q divided by sine of ABO. ABO means what? Now that is ABO means this angle. So what is the value of this angle we have to find out. So what is that value? उसका value क्या होगा? So now ABO means this one, this angle. So how can we calculate this angle? So now see, this is our parallelogram. Then if this angle is beta, then this angle is equal to 180 minus beta होगा. क्यों 180 minus beta होगा? Now from the concept we know that this is nothing but a straight line, collinear line. So that means if that is a straight line and if this angle is beta, then this angle is equal to 180 minus beta, because this total angle is equal to 180. So if this is 180 minus beta, then this angle is also 180 minus beta. Why? Now because this line and this line both are parallel to each other, because OABC, that is a parallelogram. So that means if these two lines are parallel lines and this is our intersecting axis, then this angle is equal to this angle. Means in place of ABO, in this place we can write down sine of, that is 180 minus of beta in place of this angle. Then come to the second part, that is AB. So AB means what? A to B. What is its magnitude? We know from figure that O to C, that is the magnitude of force P. P है, तो उसका जो opposite वाला side, तो उसका भी magnitude वही same होगा, that is also the P, because parallelogram means opposite sides are equal and parallel. So in place of AB, we can write down that one as P divided by sine of AOB. AOB means what? That is A, O means this one, B means this one. So that angle is also calculated, this angle. So that is also calculated by the same principle. So that is that principle. Now this is your straight line. This total angle is equal to 180. This angle is given as alpha. So this angle is equal to 180 minus alpha. So that means that is sine 180 minus alpha आएगा. उसके बाद OB है. So OB means what? Now this one. OB means that is R1, and R1 means what? That is nothing but equivalent to the third force R. Because उसका magnitude same होगा, तब जाके that is in equilibrium. So that means in place of OB we can write down R divided by sine of OAB means what? That is this angle. OAB means this angle we need. What is the magnitude of this angle? तो O angle क्या होगा? Now as this is your parallelogram OABC, that is parallelogram, and this angle is given as gamma in question. क्वेश्चन में हमारा डेरिवेशन स्टार्टिंग में वो एंगल क्या था? P और Q के बीच में जो एंगल गामा है. So if this angle is gamma, then this angle is equal to 180 minus gamma. That we know from the high school concepts. Suppose this is two parallel lines. This is our intersecting axis. Then the summation of these interior angles must be equal to 180. So that means this angle and this angle must be equal to 180. So as this angle is gamma, so this angle is equal to 180 minus gamma. So that means we can write down sine 180 minus gamma. So now easily we can derive this principle. So that means Q divided by sine 180 minus gamma. Sine 180 minus theta means sine theta. So sine 180 minus gamma means, sorry, beta means that is sine beta, is equal to P divided by sine 180 minus alpha, that is sine alpha, is equal to R divided by sine 180 minus gamma means that is sine gamma. So that is the Lami's theorem derived. So that means check here, P by sine alpha, either P by sine alpha is equal to Q by sine beta. So Q by sine beta, then that is R by sine gamma, then this one is R by sine gamma. So in this way we can derive that one. So this question normally asked in the semester exams, and that is of 5 marks. The question is like this, state and explain Lami's theorem, then you will write down like this. Then we will see the next part, that we will see what are the important points today we will learn. So today we will see the Lami's theorem is proved by sine rule. So sine rule apply होके Lami's theorem कैसे आता है, that we have already learned. Then second one, By the help of Lami's theorem, system with three forces in equilibrium can be analyzed for solving of different numeric problems. Means by using this principle, this Lami's theorem statement or law, we can solve so many numerical problems. So that are the important points. Then see what are the questions normally asked. The first question is state Lami's theorem. Means you have to write down the statement only. If that is a 2 mark, अगर 2 mark का question होगा, then you have to only write down the statement and nothing else. And prove Lami's theorem, that is normally asked as 5 mark question. Means you have to write down the statement, then you have to derive that statement in the way I have derived here. Then the third one is problems on Lami's theorem. So many problems are there. So in the next videos, we will solve so many problems basing upon this Lami's theorem, and that questions are normally asked in the semester exams. Okay, thank you.